I'm going to drink a beer because it's weird, because this has been something that I've been wanting to manifest for a very, very long time, where I'm back into what I consider like the badass side of mowing lawns, right? We're mowing vegetation. We're basically mowing lawns that have been mowed in 10 years, right? And I figured out a way to make it print at a ridiculous amount of cash, and I figured out a way to not have to have these shitty human beings that used to be around when I did like landscaping. You know, like those guys that were just laborers, but they would show up and they'd give you a bunch of shit, you know, or it just is what it is. Like I had all sorts of crazy stuff, and it just goes with the territory of being in a labor-intensive business. No matter how well you manage it, you better be the alpha male at your company, because if you're not, you're gonna have problems. Like that's just been, you know, and now I've been able to put myself in a position where it's a little bit different. I'm able to figure out something new, and I think that this is going to be one of the biggest things in our industry over the next 5 or 10 years. I really think that when I go to like the GIE Expo this year, people are going to be like, not me, because they know, but people are going to be like, have you seen these mulcher things? Have you seen this and that? And be like, yeah, bro. Like I'm like writing the original SOPs for these things. I think that this is a solid progression for someone that comes from my background in my industry. Moving forward, I'm going to be doing a lot of informational products like I've always wanted to, about coaching people on how to build their service business. And it might not be landscaping, and it might not be land works type of activities or whatnot, but that's what I'm looking to move forward with. It was a pretty crazy time for me. If you guys have followed me for a long time, you guys know that there's a lot of other things I've been up to in those 2 years. You know, that I've had a relationship that failed in those 2 years. You know, I've like switched up a bunch of stuff in my lifestyle actually. Yep, it's kind of hard to see. Don't have all the lighting done out here. But I built a tiny house, which is kind of cool. It's now turning into a tiny compound because I'm like adding and adding and adding over to it. But I've basically been able to put myself into a paid for living situation, which is something too, where I was like, why the hell am I paying so much a month for housing? Because that's stupid. And now I have better housing than I've ever had before, more peaceful housing. I feel like better about myself, and it's freaking paid for. So that feels good too, right? So anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Hit me up on Snapchat, Onsite Trav. Hit me up on Facebook, Onsite Trav. Let's try to build up those numbers over there.